Good morning. So it's kind of like damp and foggy here and dark, and I'm probably gonna have to get my fake sunlight box thing out soon so I don't fall into deep dark winter depression because we're not quite at the 45th parallel here, but we're close. And I know about the 45th parallel because my mom was from Dexter, and they had a diner up there called the 45th. So, and I think I have relatives that also live in the Midwest on the same parallel, and it does get dark in the winter, so I do have one of those lights. But it's hard to get out walking in the winter on a road with no sidewalks and pickup trucks screaming by, and this road has steep a steep cutoff, like ditches. It has ditches, and I'm not gonna be out there. So I have a DVD that I've been hunting for. It's called Walk Away the Pounds by Leslie Sansone, and she's just very perky. But what I like is, and I can't find it, so I'm like, I gotta find it somewhere. It was next to my DVD player, so I didn't put it in the box where I had all my other DVDs. Like this one I bought, and I'm telling you, this is for somebody who's like, 12 years old and limber, and this girl is like going at it like, let's do the Popeye arms, and she's rowing while she's doing contortions with her legs, and I'm like, no. No, dude, I bought this, and this is for somebody, like, if I had little kids here, I'd put it on for them to leave me alone while I was cooking supper, because this would be perfect for little kids. But then I was like looking at all my other weird collection of DVDs. I've got Katherine Heigl, Lawrence of Arabia, that's Roberts, and we always say we're gonna watch it, and then it gets to be dark, and we both like falling asleep in front of Netflix. Yes, we're gonna watch it, but I swear to God, we are gonna pick one of his days off, and I'll put it on at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and make some popcorn so we can watch it before bedtime. Sucks getting old, and this is a really good relaxation video. I don't know why I have this. I probably picked it up in a bargain bin, and it was probably for, I was gonna exercise, and I was gonna be a badass bitch, but that never happened. So I think I might give this to Goodwill. What's this? Being John Malkovich. I don't even know if I ever watched this DVD, and I probably bought it because it had John Cusack and Cameron Diaz in it. I didn't say buy. And this one is obviously because it's an Academy Award-winning movie. This is one of Robert's favorite movies, and we both like Russell Crowe a lot. And he likes all these movies. He likes martial arts movies. We both like Ip Man, though. I mean, because the guy that's in the Ip Man movies, what the heck is his name? Okay, Danny? I can't remember his name now. We were just watching Ip Man 3 the other night, and he is like my absolute favorite martial arts expert actor guy of all time. I love him so much. I will watch Ip Man over anything. Anything. I love Ip Man so much. And I love those movies. Is it Danny Chen? What the heck is his name? Anyway, I will watch it. I will watch it all day long. And then I've got like some old ones because my mom liked Judy Garland, and we used to watch the old movies together. Gigi was one of her favorites. And Robert had never seen it. And I'm like, dude, you're French. You've never seen Gigi? And he's like, nope. I'm like, Maurice Chevalier. Think of a little girl. And, that's kind of a weird song nowadays. But, so I got these. And they're actually really good movies. Because they could act back in the day. That's why people spent money to go see them. And that was just like one I bought because I like Reese Witherspoon a lot, and so I bought it probably at the same time I bought this because I wanted something fun to watch. And more of these here, Deep Purple, because I used to play bass and you can't not do the Deep Purple lick. When you're a bass player, everyone does it. Admit it, you have all done the Deep Purple thing. Dun, 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 dun. So I that's why I have it, because I must have it. It's like a requirement. Field of Dreams. My friend Annie down in Delaware, she's like, well, my husband's watching Field of Dreams again, and I gotta get ready to cry. And I'm like, oh no, no crying. No crying. But, so when I feel like crying, I guess I'll put this in. Now that she told me that, I'm like, I don't know if I can watch it again. And music, because I like music. More of this. And Mary J. Blige, because she's like really, really cool, and I like her a lot. And those are some of them. I have some more, but now I have Netflix, so it's like videos. Who has videos anymore? My son's dad has videos, and I hate to tell him, but they're gonna degrade someday, so you better transfer them, dude. I think he filmed like every episode of The Simpsons he was recording on VHS and keeping them. And I'm like, you know, nowadays you can actually get them on, I don't know, iTunes, or you could buy DVDs or something that's not going to degrade. And then I found this. This was taken in 2001, and I remember because it was just before 9/11. It would have been this time of year, and this is in Asheville, North Carolina. I was visiting a good friend of mine there. It was her 50th birthday, around that time, late August. But this was the time I went down, and she took me on a tour. And this house was where F. Scott Fitzgerald and Zelda, his wife, who had mental issues, lived. And one of the stories about her was that guests would come over and she would say, may I take your purse? And they would say, oh, thank you. And so she would take their purses back to the kitchen and drop them in a pot of boiling water like they were soup. So it's funny, but it's not funny, because I think this was the place she lived before, when he was trying to keep her in a nice home and not, I think, in a mental institution, and this was the place. So it's a gorgeous place, but it's really sad that she suffered from those things at a time when there was not much to be done, and the treatments were so torturous, or no treatment at all. So it was pretty sad. And I don't know, I know about them, but I don't really want to delve into it right now. But anyway, Asheville is a really cool place, and I would go back there in a heartbeat. And I went to the big lodge where they used to stay, and a lot of celebrities have stayed there, and there's views of the mountains. And we did go up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, my friend and I, and I still remember that as one of the coolest things I've ever done, even though I'm deathly afraid of heights. I'm like, these mountains are really big. Because in Maine, what we call a mountain is really a hill. And then I went out west once, and I get to Idaho, and I was cutting through there to get to Oregon and Washington State, and I mean, there's a lot of big mountains out there, and I'm like, it looks so flat on the map. What is all this? And I was like freaking out, like my hindbrain. I was like, no, this can't be real. And so it. And I drove up to see Mount St. Helens, and you have to drive up another mountain to see it, the viewing point. And I asked the girl, I said, is it flat? She goes, oh yeah. And I got up there, and it wasn't. There was like, you get to the blast zone, and it's like, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I got up there, and I turned around and came back down. I didn't even stop. I was like, I did stop at some little valley and where they had lava rocks and it was like, don't touch these, it's national monument, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I was just trying to breathe. And then I'm coming back down and I think I burned my brakes out. And I'm going over a ravine and I'm like, no. And when I finally got back down to the there was a store with a gas station, so I had to get gas, and I went in there and I'm like, that lady lied to me. She goes, where are you from? I'm like, Wisconsin. And she goes, oh yeah, we get a lot of you people out here who are scared. And I'm like, okay, thanks for your courtesy to tourists. I'll spend my tourist dollars somewhere else next time. But I did see the part where Mount St. Helens got blasted out of the corner of my eyes as I was going down the mountain at 40 miles an hour in terror with everybody passing me like, who is this slow person? Anyway, this is an Afghan that my sister made, and you can't really see how big it is. It's probably like 10 by 10 feet. And when my mom passed away, she went and helped my dad sort through her things, and one of the things my mom had was a lot of yarn. And my sister had brought it home because she didn't want to throw it away, you know, and because she's very talented and uses it. And like a lot of people do crafts and projects, my mom just had a lot of stuff. She had a lot of fabric because she sewed, and she had yarn. And my sister was home from work with some kind of illness for a week or two, and she spent the entire time crocheting this gigantic Afghan. And this was like 4 years ago? 5 years ago. Coming up on 5 years, because it was 2011, and she sent it to me probably in 2012, like in the spring or something. And I got this little box, probably like 2 by 2 by like 8 inches high or something, and it was wicked heavy, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And I opened it up, and she'd put it in one of those vacuum sealed space bags or whatever they call them. And I cut it open, and this gigantic thing, like, exploded out. And I happened to have a big couch at the time, so it was really great. But I was just thinking, I got it out because I have some blue sheets, and they don't go with my comforter, that's just like a Ralph Lauren Nautica not from Macy's, from Burlington Coat Factory. Because that's where you buy the cool stuff on sale, because in Maine, like a bargain. And this one is, I got this in Richmond, England, and it's some ladies who do, they raise sheep, and this is the natural color, and they make tweed suits, and the little black and brown sheep were up on the hillside, and so I had to buy this blanket. So I've had this for a long time, and it's really good quality wool, and that's for my feet, because I don't like cold feet at night. I don't know who does. And that's my cat. Where are you going? No, she didn't want to be on camera. Sorry. And then I'm so happy to have clean laundry, because, you know, we put it off, and we don't have a washer dryer here because of the septic. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I might have to reconsider this, but so this is when I'm putting away laundry, and this is Robert in a nutshell. That's his t-shirt, and this is him, and this is me. Mess with the moose, you get the antlers. I got that at one of the corner stores. It's a tourist thing, but I like it. So anyway, what was I going to talk? Anyway, this is getting too long, because YouTube's going to cut me off if it goes too long. Anyway, so mess with the moose, you get the antlers. Be careful. Be careful on the road out there, because the moose are really, really big. So don't hit them. Bye-bye.